Ready? Let's go! Go! What will we ever do without our car?
What if we can see our dreams come true?
No. Vamos, vamos. Está bien.
What if we can always make it in time? What if we can give everything a second life?
At Acer, we believe that even a humble dream can inspire big changes. Our innovations help bring ideas to life, giving creators the tools to explore and expand possibilities. And enabling adventurers to push forward into new frontiers. We appreciate the value of a good game in connecting more people, anytime and anywhere. We create solutions to empower the everyday heroes in all of us. By applying smart technology to everyday life. Sometimes a fleeting opportunity is all we have. To capture those special moments with that special someone. We strive to offer better care to those in need, so everyone is free to pursue their dreams. We are all in this together. Our future and our planet rely on each and every one of us. That's why Acer puts sustainability at the core of the things we do. And has pledged to source 100% renewable energy by 2035. For nearly half a century, Acer has committed to breaking the barriers between people and technology. We continue to search for solutions to make tomorrow a greener, better place. Because we recognize that our work isn't just about technology. It's about people.
Hurry up, Mom. Coming.
We are embarking on a journey to a better tomorrow. One step at a time. And most importantly, together.
What do we mean by sustainable company? People have actually different definition because sustainability is not just for the environment, but also for the business itself.
Yeah, I think everybody feels tense about what Earth's gonna become if you don't do anything. But to be honest, all our KPI have nothing to do with green. So what should we do? If you're thinking you want to be meaningful to the world, then I think doing the right things maybe is better than doing the things right.
More than 40% of Acer's operation around the globe already use renewable energy, but we need to reach 100%. If we can do that by 2035, we just have to do it.
Acer is dedicated to a sustainable future. We are committed to using 100% renewable electricity by 2035 and reaching net zero emission by 2050.
Acer's position, which is still more focused on the hardware. So how we can make the best use of our size to make the biggest impact?
That's why we created Earthian, a program to communicate to our supply chain about ESG, sustainability, and green. If we can do it together, we can make a lot of difference.
Sustainability is not a recent addition to our strategy. In fact, it's been ingrained in our DNA for years. Acer integrates energy efficiency into product design as a core principle. In year 2022, nearly 70% of our computer products earned the Energy Star certificate. Our team is also looking into what more we could do. For example, reducing heavy metal, exploring plastic alternatives, and researching sustainable materials.
As a platform, we can articulate properly what can be done to more companies throughout our supply chain to our industry.
We believe user experience and environmental sustainability can go hand in hand. Technological innovation and sustainability complement each other.
ESG does not have to be a cost. We are creating value, creating business through ESG.
I'm in charge of supply chain in Acer headquarters. We need to make sure we are delivering the right goods with the right quality and quantity. But we have additional KPI. We want to get 80% of our critical suppliers to commit to RE100 or STPS by 2025. We ask our supplier to have the concept of reduce, recycle, and reuse. We request them to implement these three concepts into their production process.
In Quanta, we think design for green is an attitude. From the beginning, we should think about reuse, reduce, and recycle. So I think based on that, actually Acer and Quanta have the same belief.
像我们最近就跟 Acer 提供一个方案，就是说现在电脑包装使用的塑料把手，我们是不是可以把它改成用纸来做？我第一次拿到这个纸手把样品的时候，我也很惊讶。Acer 他们有听进去的，也去把第一个纸样品做出来了。毕竟它是纸做的，它不仅可以减塑，也可以降低碳排放量。
Is it possible for mass production? Can this product make profit? That was my first thought when I heard that Acer want to use the high percentage of recycled materials for this kind of eco-friendly laptop. Most of them are expensive and has lots of design limitation. Compound needs to work with our suppliers to continuously improve the way of molding and injection conditions within the limited time to solve the problem.
Compo has built energy monitoring system. They can remotely monitor the energy usage of factories. In the short term, we want to reduce emission by 4.2% per year and use 2019 as base year to achieve a 50% carbon reduction by 2030 and net zero by 2050.
Our usage of renewable energy increases every year. Decarbonization is a challenge, but also an opportunity. Finding new solutions give us competitive edge.
I'm very happy that our suppliers share the same value with us. When we work together, we can make an impact because every decision counts. We are on track to meet our KPI. In fact, we will get there earlier.
let's welcome Acer's Chairman and CEO, Jason Chen, and our MC for today, Michael Birkin, CEO of Q, to the stage.
Hi, Michael. Hi, everyone.
Well, welcome everybody to this fabulous exhibit, which we're very excited to share with you after the show. I'm privileged to share the stage with my friend Jason Chen, the Chairman and CEO of Acer. I've known Acer a long time. I believe it's one of the world's most important companies, has been for 47 years. But even more important, it's one of the world's most human companies. It was founded by Stan Shi with the mission to break down barriers between people and technology. And it's well regarded in the industry and wider than the industry that Acer has done more than any other organization to democratize technology over many decades, essentially to put computers in the hands of people that otherwise would never have had a chance to get them. Jason will doubtless explain some specifics in the background of this humanity and Acer as a company. But today, we're here to explain how the very significant and recent diversification of the company is built upon this human platform, and to focus on humanity's biggest problem, which is climate. So Jason, it's great to see you here. You're one of the world's busiest global CEOs. So why are you here, and why are we here with you?
Well, I believe many CEOs are all very busy, including yourself. So very happy to be here. I want to take the opportunity to welcome all of you to join us today physically, and for people online, thanks for joining us. Welcome. One thing that collectively we realize that is the biggest challenge nowadays facing humanity is the climate change. As a company, we believe we need to play our part in the sustainability actions. So why am I here? I'm here to introduce our visions, how we can help people, business, and more climate conscious. We strongly believe in the power of people can innovate. But that innovation could also impact the planet, the climate. Ever since the company was established, we evolved from a PC brand. Nowadays, as a solution company, an ecosystem player, we believe we empower people to make their marks in life, but not to make negative marks on the planet. We want to make ourselves to be a much more human-centric company, involve individual employees as well as supply chain partners. Today, I'm here to introduce the conscious technology concept, and I will explain that later, that is designed with human at heart and planet in mind.
I mean, I know from my own personal experience that Acer has been paving the way towards a climate-conscious era for quite some time now. Can you highlight some of the initiatives which form the basis of this new conscious technology platform?
In fact, we have lots of initiatives until now, and there are many coming. Today, I would like to highlight 3 of the projects that we feel very proud of. Back in 2017, we initiated a very grassrooted, that means bottom-up employee initiative project called Project humanity. About 70% of our employees around the world, more than 40 countries participated, and more than 300 projects being initiated that is related to sustainability. And only 2 years ago, we expanded beyond just a corporation. We expanded to our supply chain, a project we call Earthian Project, the Earth Mission, Earthian Project, that we launched 6 missions, 6 of them to link to the climate changes, including energy, product design, packaging design, production, logistics, and recycling. One of the examples is we cooperate with logistic shippers, use biofuel to ship our product to be more eco-friendly. Until last year, 2022, 60% of our key suppliers in our supply chain is either committed to RE100 with specific time frame or a science-based commitment that they will do to make sure that we do the right thing for the planet. The last one, but not the third one, but not last one that I would like to talk about is a visible problem. In fact, today, I just landed this morning, and as soon as I landed, I reached out to our Dubai office, and our employee took me to 2 of the shopping malls, the retail areas, that to see how the computer product has been demonstrated. And very visibly, one of our product line, Vero, the first recycled material-based computer that we introduced 2 years ago. That's well demonstrated and, in fact, well accepted. We use PCR. Some of them will even include ocean-bound material. Think about that. If we can use recycled material to make computers, why not? Ask us, ask industry, why not? Here we'd like to publicly declare Acer will do between 20 to 30% computers based on recycled material by 2025.
I think Project Humanity and the Earthian Project were extraordinarily powerful, not just with your own employee base, but with your whole ecosystem of suppliers and customers. We're going to come back to Vero later on in the conversation, but let's just go back to how those initiatives have formed the basis for what you're doing now, and essentially Acer's new look in the climate era. I think we should have a chart that goes up at this point that actually identifies how you moved away.
Quite a complicated chart, isn't it?
Yeah, it's yeah. But I think the important part of the chart, at least for this moment, is the fact that PC sort of has moved away from the core, although it remains the core business, but essentially how the organization is now looking at itself. Perhaps you could illuminate this a little bit, Jason.
Happy to. Yes, we are a computer company, and we will continue to be a computer company. If anything that we can talk about, we will be the last man stand for the PC industry. We will be here as long as we can. As long as the industry continue to propel, Acer will be here, continue to make computers with conscious technology. The new look of Acer is right there. That means we are making offers beyond just computers. There are multiple areas that we are pushing the boundaries for our business scope to make sure that we do our part, not just computer, but computer science, and start to move into adjacent lifestyle. We are moving ourselves into ecosystem, into solutions, into human-centric. And one of very important initiative is Acer working with the organization under you, Q, IDEO, we establish a platform, a system, an engine. We call it Acer Climate Lab. And the optimal goal is to become a climate era organization.
Yes, I think to just elaborate on that a little bit, the Acer Climate Lab is an engine to develop an innovative ecosystem of sustainable products and services that directly responds to and stimulates action for the changing needs of human beings and the planet. It's a result of this particular work that the innovations that it stimulated are categorized, as you can see on this chart, between the categories of working, learning, moving, and living. I think that's a fair assessment, isn't it, Jason?
Yep, very true. But one thing I need to explain, the Climate Lab is not a physical laboratory that you can look at it. It's not R&D center that you are running. No, it's not. It's actually a platform that we do it cross functions, cross departments, that we work on products, service, internal projects that we drive values for the corporation. Because over the past years, we already created lots of technologies. And this time, one extra ingredient, conscious technology. Want to empower, we already empower millions of people using computer to change life, change the way they work. We have already built a capability and a culture to welcome all the industry players to use recycled materials to make computers, use the same kind of concept, conscious technology, to move on, to make sure that we enter the new climate era.
In a few minutes, we'll move into these various headings and many of the initiatives that you have going on. Let's start, as we always do with Acer, as at the end of the day, it is a major player in the PC business, a world-leading company. So I'm going to start with the PC bubbles, because that's normally where we do start. And so I'd like to move the session to focus on how technology and computing play such a pivotal role in our collective futures, and specifically climate futures. Two of the companies who have the greatest influence on this are Acer's longtime partners.
Let me guess.
Yes.
They are Intel and Microsoft. Let's welcome Goku from Intel and Sherry from Microsoft. Welcome. Sherry. Please take a seat.
Well, you've actually, by doing that, Jason, you've given me the glorious chance to not have to read through Gokul's job title, because it's actually extremely long, and all I know is he's the boss of India, and he's the leading voice on sustainability.
It's more than just India. It's actually also a design center and other R&D activities, IC designs, softwares, and many, many areas.
Just to start us off, welcome very much to our show here this evening. So I'm going to start with you, Shelley. Could you maybe just talk a little bit about how Microsoft's collaborated with Acer over the years and how that impacts the future of computing?
Well, first of all, thank you for having Microsoft on the panel. We appreciate it. We've been partners for so long, and I look at the future, especially around sustainability, as our partnership just will bring great, immense focus here in the future, so thank you. The work of Microsoft and Acer have been critical to continue to lower the all-up carbon footprint of the equipment in our data center. And as we know, cloud is an integral part of cloud computing and personal computing, rather. So from email to secure storage to cloud computing and more recently, AI. And we have just recommitted to making our data centers run 100% on renewable energy by 2025. And I think that right there is a huge commitment, and that means huge progress as our data centers are essential to deliver cloud services and AI functionality in the future to users and to deliver a significant benefit to the PC. So as our partnership, we will continue together to change in the years to come as well.
Keep it up, Sherry.
Yes.
Keep it up, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Very exciting to hear that.
We'll come back to AI in a second, but Gokul, sort of same question to you. How do you see it going forward?
You know, Intel has been committed, and one of our vision is to create world-changing technology that kind of enriches the lives of everybody in the planet. And what better place to talk about it than being with Acer, you know, about conscious technology and a bright tomorrow. If you look at the world today, we're actually transitioning from personal responsibility to societal responsibility and graduating to a planet responsibility. And the best way to look at that is when the silicon, software, and the system comes together for us to make that happen. And Intel's always been at the forefront of it. We look at renewable energy, water conservation, waste management, and climate impact. And we have a ton of commitments towards achieving net zero in all of these facets. And we've been partnering with Acer to make sure that sustainable computing allows us to have a sustainable future. And that's kind of where it starts.
Yes. Jason, what's your view on the same question?
Well, I'm very excited to see the commitment from Microsoft, from Intel, long-term partners. Thank you, Sherry, for being with us in this very important time, making such a big commitment. And thank you, our friends from Intel, that we can all work together to make it a great, not just an event, but enter a new era. But now let's look at another topic that nowadays people all talk about, artificial intelligence.
Yes. Well, Shelley, your organization is a leading purveyor of all things AI. We'd all love to hear just a very short version of your opinion, perhaps with a sustainability agenda in mind, use of power, renewables, and so on. What's your view on the status quo on AI, if one can call it that?
Well, you can't talk Microsoft without talking AI. That's first and foremost. And it does take a significant number of resources to run AI. We know that. The good news is that it's done through our data centers. As I said, we'll run 100% renewable energy by 2025. Looking at new ways, researching around AI and the energy that it takes. So, but I would just say, most importantly as well, is that AI is assisting in all of the challenges that we're seeing around climate change. So in order for us to get faster to a sustainable future, AI will help us really speed that up. So it can accelerate in many different ways. And I would say assisting in just making sure that we're looking at things like helping humans from a repetitive task perspective, from a productivity perspective. We're already seeing great examples of that. And we will continue as we are taking our journey at Microsoft of learning from our own sustainability commitments. We'll continue to look at how AI can play a greater role in helping ourselves and then also bringing that through to our customers and our partners as well.
Thank you very much. Gokul, I know Intel has a strong perspective on this also. What do you have for us right now?
We were just talking about that in the green room.
Exactly. So AI is, it's changing everybody's lives, and AI is everywhere. It starts with how we are looking at energy efficiency. When we do our power management on the PC, for example, we've got a number of AI-driven loads that understands what kind of users and what kind of workload. And we give technologies like Adaptix working with Acer to make sure that the battery life and the power consumption for these workloads are really low. And when you run AI on a low power IP within the silicon, then you not only achieve the benefits of everything that Microsoft is providing, but it also allows the user to conserve energy. So that's the first starting point. In addition to that, we also give a number of capabilities that are important for AI, and that's AI when we do the engineering inside Intel. We use a number of AI tools so that we are able to bring the efficiency of our engineering, quality, reduce the number of defects, turnaround time in terms of the time taken for us to actually implement the silicon. All of that goes back to the amount of energy that we consume to actually build a product. And these are fundamental things and tools and reference designs that we make, we share with Acer, and we make sure that the products eventually are able to manifest that and bring to bear when it goes to the user.
Yeah, I must admit, from a personal perspective, being in the communications business, I'm very taken with your last point. I was taken yesterday at the Microsoft event where you two were both on a panel with Jerry Cow, the COO of Intel, and you were all very supportive of and instrumental in the development of carbon usage awareness, which I think is an incredibly important topic, which I think all three companies can collaborate very strongly, and I think will go a long way to, or some way anyway, to dealing with the climate issue that we're all dealing with. Jason, what's your view on this?
I travel around the world, talk to investors, reporters. The number one questions I always being asked has been, how is AI PC or how is AI-ready PC going? From our point of view, we believe the usage model will have a fundamental change because of the generative AI. The computer will be used, in the past, has been a search tool, that you do search. The new usage model has been ask. You ask computer to give you the answer you want, other than give you a list of search results, and you will have to do your own study and then compile. The computer now, with the hardware and software all work together, will be able to provide you that. Sherry said it earlier on that we have seen that generative AI model start to happen mostly on the data center, on the cloud side. But we believe not all the data will only sit on the cloud. Some of them will be local. And therefore, the computing model or the AI model will be cloud-based, will be edge-based, will be hybrid-based. And therefore, whether that's AI server, AI PC, and a hybrid model, that will all happen at the same time because of the workload. And more efficient will be distributed by computing in both edge and the cloud side. And the evolving usage model will stimulate eventually the PC demand as well as the server demand. And we are all excited about that.
Well, thank you very much for coming over this evening. We all know what an important partnership it is, and we're very, very positive about the future. So thank you very much indeed for coming up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shelley.
Thanks.
Good. Thank you. So let's move it on to Acer specifically and back to the new conscious technology platforms of working, learning, moving, and living, and to elaborate on those to identify all sorts of strategies that have come from that. So we would like to welcome on stage Emmanuel Fromond, the president of Acer EMEA, to help
Emmanuel!
Hi, everybody.
So, Emmanuel, earlier on, Jason and I were talking about Acer's human focus and how the company designs solutions with human beings in mind. Obvious point, but it really means something for Acer. We're now keen to sort of move on to specific actions that Acer has taken through this drive to the new platform of conscious technology. So let's start with the working platform, which is targeted at all businesses, small, large, local, and international. So how would you start to explain how Acer is leading the future of work in the climate era?
So very good question. First, Acer is well known for being a consumer brand, but since the inception of the company 47 years ago, as you said, the commercial business serving enterprise has always been a very sizable part of Acer business. So all companies now have ESG goals, and they're all conscious about climate and sustainability. So they challenge us to say, we want more sustainable PC. And this is where we started with our Vero line of product, which was consumer first, but then corporation. And Vero was meant from the beginning to be a greener PC. So we worked throughout the entire life cycle of the project, from the conception with PCR, started with 30% PCR. Now the latest generation will have 60% PCR in the product. No paint treatment on the product. Then we worked through the supply chain, making sure our suppliers would also use where they can renewable energy. Then we worked through the entire logistic, working with our logistic provider to do biofuel or use more biofuel when possible. So we could serve Vero notebooks that were greener. But, you know, company like Figures, they said, okay, it's nice to be greener, that's marketing, but how much greener? So we started to measure, give a carbon footprint for all our Vero notebook. Now, 50% of notebook, we give a carbon footprint. And now I'm happy to announce that we go one step further, which is starting with the new generation of Vero 16-inch, will give carbon neutral products.
Carbon neutral.
Carbon neutral products. So through the supply chain, we've tried our best to minimize the carbon footprint, and whatever's left, we'll purchase carbon credit to ensure from cradle to the grave that the product is carbon neutral. And this will start with the 16-inch, and then our future Vero notebook, whether it's consumer or corporation, will have carbon neutral promise from Acer.
Well, that's phenomenal. I mean, when Vero came out, it really was unique, both in terms of the reality of the product, but also the symbolism that it actually had for the rest of the organizations you've just described. So what would the next phase of this be now?
So moving on, so we deliver Vero or other product that, again, we do our best to be as green as possible, but we also want the end user to do its part. So first, if you're an end user, whether consumer again or enterprise end user, you've made a statement by selecting a Vero PC first. And if it's a consumer version, it's very visible. You'll see them. They look eco-conscious, and they are. So first, you feel good. Then we give optimized software. Actually, with Intel, with Microsoft, on all our products, we have a key called Acer Sense that help you yourself drive the power consumption of your own PC. So if you're using intense usage like gaming or other, you do a big Excel spreadsheet, maybe you want maximum power. But if you do something else, maybe you can switch back to an Eco or Eco Plus mode that will lower the power consumption of your notebooks. And you know, we distribute millions of notebooks every year. So if those little pieces, one by one, add up and contribute, so the end user is also in control himself of making sure he does the less impact on the planet.
And what about renewals, renewability, repairs? Where are we on that one?
So again, thank you. It's all good to do products that are greener, but it's true that one of the issues of the industry is the products, you know, tend to have a shorter life, and we built many more. So it's very, very important to ensure the products are first easy to repair. So we do a lot of effort on modular notebook. You can easily repair, you can upgrade them. But this is not enough. So to enterprise in general, we offer device as a service. So it's a complete lifecycle management where you can purchase product from us, we can finance, we can deliver with white glove services. But if you choose to, you can return your product to Acer. This is, again, a decision from the end user. And then we can repurpose, reuse, recycle, or dismantle in an eco-friendly those products. And you know, there is a well-kept secret in Acer is we have 1,000 employees in Europe only doing reuse, recycle, and
That's
repair.
about half of our employees.
More than half of our employees. You're going to tell me it's a lot. Why it's a lot? Because they do that for Acer, but for also 40 other companies. So it's a business in itself. It started as Acer only, but now we do this for 40 companies. And of course,
40 companies.
40 companies, exactly. So it's truly a business.
Last time you told me 25, now it's already 40.
It's 40. And so through this, of course, we contribute to recycle a lot of electronics, PC and non-PC, and that's, of course, very good for the planet.
And out of that total repair service, how many percent is actually Acer? How many percent actually is non-Acer?
Acer is now about 20 to 25%
okay.
of what we repair. 75% and growing is non-Acer products.
And do you think this renewable dynamic can move on to components such as solid-state drives and components such as that? Or is that a bridge too far, would you say?
Well, if you take motherboard, for example, which is one of the most expensive components, we do repair motherboard in our service. Not all can be, but the one that can be repaired. So yes, the more we can recycle every component. After the keys, of course, we promise that what cannot be repurposed needs to be dismantled and reused as much as possible in a way that is eco-friendly. So we also have norm here and audit, and all our service centers are ISO certified for this. So.
Well, that's phenomenal. It doesn't surprise me, knowing the company, but that's a major move towards a sustainable approach. Moving to learning, Acer's always been very strong in this category. I suspect nearly every one of us in this room who has children of a schooling age will have had Chromebooks in their home if they haven't had one themselves. So it's always been important. But how would you say we're moving forward in the learning environment based on the new conscious technology platform?
So learning, of course, a lot of our products go into the hands of especially K-12, also higher ed student, but K-12. And first, you said we're a human company. And of course, for products that are going to be used by kids, they're not going to take care of the product like you and me would. So first, from the beginning, from the drawing board, we make sure those products are ruggedized. So we have fold, they can fold for 2 meters, and you can walk on them, and they still work. They're military spec. They're TCO. You can spill water on a keyboard. It's very impressive. I take the product like this. Spill water.
That before.
You see the water pulling through, and the product's working perfectly fine. So first, we try to make those products durable, which is good for the planet. Then, as I mentioned already, we make them easy to fix and repairable and modular. But we have some touching example where we've gone beyond. I mean, a couple I have in mind. One is a school in Balear Island in Spain, where when you ship product to an island like this, the repair is complicated because getting them back on the continent from the island is complicated. So we actually work with the school themselves to develop a curriculum where we teach students to self-repair PCs. And they do self-repair their own PC, and it has become, again, a course. We have another example in the US, a bigger school district in Wisconsin called Chippewa Falls. And there, again, they have thousands of PC. We've developed e-learning courses with the students. They're actually certified, able to repair hardware, and they repair all the PCs in less than 48 hours. 95% of the PC are repaired by the student themselves. And every year, 50 to 70 students graduate from that course. So we teach future generation to take care of their product, repair, and that electronics can have a longer life.
Conscious technology also one extra skill that we will be able to train people up. And one day they might use it, they might make it to be their profession, so that we feel all good about that.
Exactly.
And in fact, we're not just teaching students how to repair or do service on their own PC. You started in U.S. Education Advisory Board, and coming to EMEA, you do it a slightly different way. Can you elaborate a little bit more about this Education Advisory Board?
Yeah, I think we realize that we know product and we know our partners, the channel, the resellers, but we very rarely, as Acer, talk to schools. And do we know exactly what, not only the student want, but also the school intendant, the person that is responsible for the IT department in a school. And usually, that's 1 or 2 person managing 10 or 20,000 or even more device. So it's not easy. So we did a council where every year, for a couple days, we invite some teachers that tell us what is a challenge for them to teach and to keep student educated, and we learn from this. Now, some of our products, you see some LED on the backlight, so depending on what the kids do, the teacher can see what they're doing, and this comes directly from the
and need to be recognized.
Exactly, and we work on TCO, and a lot of our ideas on how to tailor our products to education came actually from this council, from truly listening to people that every day deal with kids.
Well, that's inspiring stuff. Doesn't surprise me because it's the nature of the business, but that is really wonderful. Let's move on to mobility. This is actually a topic that my own organization spends a lot of time on, both in terms of urban planning and in terms of working with organizations in terms of creating urban mobility, livable cities, and so on. So, Emmanuel, again, what would be some of the smart solutions that Acer's working on in this category?
So, very interesting. My boss, who is here, challenged the entire organization to say, we would like to expand beyond PC. PC is core, but we have computing capabilities, computing technology knowledge. How can we expand beyond PC? Because PC market has ups and downs, and we want to be resilient. So there was two conditions. One, it needs to still embrace sustainability. And two, it needs to somehow use some of our internal capabilities. And naturally, after some brainstorming, we came to e-mobility. Why? Because e-mobility is about power management. It's about driving hardware through software. It's about application. It's about IoT. It's about sensor. If you think optimized, intelligent e-mobility device, all of this. So we started to launch some e-scooter, and we sold many this year in Europe. We're starting to launch generation 2 now with more AI, and we embark on designing from really the drawing board an e-bike, intelligent bike called EB. You will see next door soon.
Wait. Easy to say they are AI PC, AI e-scooter. What do we really mean?
So first, there's a lot of things. It's of course, it's not generative AI. It's more traditional AI. But the application has a lot of goodies. And one example, for example, is if you give the destination where you want to go with your e-bike, and of course, through Google Maps, it will study the terrain, how many ups and downs, what is the uphill.
3D.
3D, exactly. And it will tell you with the battery you have left, you can reach there, but using only 25% assisted, and the rest you need to pedal yourself, so you'd better pedal. Or it will tell you, guess what, good news, you can go there with 90% assisted, so you can relax, just pretend you pedal, but let the engine and the power do everything
It's probably going to be my option.
So this is example of how do we bring application development, software, and some, traditional AI into the bike. But we consider over the future bike is really kind of a computer on wheel. And this is where we're going. And we have first generation, and of course, we're working on follow-up for the years to come.
I mean, it does all fit. I mean, again, one goes back to the mission of the company to break down barriers between people and technology. It wasn't to break down barriers between people and computing. It was basically the way in which technology can enhance lives. And so I think that's one of the reasons why you're seeing such success. What about e-mobility hub? What's going on with that?
Yeah, this, so we have device that we make intelligent, but eventually we also have, and Jason will mention, mostly in Taiwan, we have a sister company doing work around, city of the future or
smart city.
Smart city. And then, so we have capability there, infrastructure capability, charging born or smart parking. And we want to bridge a little bit the two together to manage a campus e-mobility hub, for example. So it's both infrastructure and device.
Yeah. Jason, what would you like to amplify on this topic?
Talking about smart city. Smart city is a very broad term. Many people talk about that. And we have decided to enter from transportation. Connected transportation vehicles, e-mobility that we talk about, and buses, and very important, not just for transportation, but also parking. And not just parking, but we also make smart meters, gas meter, water meter, electricity meter, talking about lots of places, lack of waters. Do you know how many water got leaked out before reaching your house? Smart water meter will monitor real time. If the meter keep running, you know something is going on. The pipe's leaking, and where is that leaking? That we want to know. So gas, electricity, water, smart meters, and smart payments, so that people can live on a much smarter way. And one thing I learned from Grace Liu, our Chief Sustainability Officer, all these smart solutions, mostly they are very eco-friendly. So they save your time, save the energy you have to spend on particular. Take example on smart meters. No longer people have to go to your house, your apartment to check your meter periodically. The numbers will be transmitted back to the system automatically. For that, we save energy. You no longer need the parking slip that you pick up the slip and go to convenience store to pay for your parking fee. The smart parking meter will automatically detect the car plate and then deduct from your credit card. Everything can be much more eco-friendly. I would say at least most of them are eco-friendly.
Yes, I think also the communication possibilities to people and the ability to build community action is greater when you have that information. The way in which people receive the information they get from smart technology and act upon it is going to be critical over the years to come if we're going to fix the climate situation. Let's move on to the fourth category, which is living. I'm going to focus on you on this one, Jason, because I know that Taiwan is very much the epicenter of this development.
Well, in fact, e-home, ever since my previous job, Intel days, and people have been talking about e-home for a long time. So it's not a new idea, but it's a continuous effort that we can connect multiple and more devices at home and make them smarter. And we've been thinking, from Acer point of view, we're a computer company. How are we going to enter in this area? So one thing we figure out is thermal and performance trade-off, right? For semiconductor, thermal and performance trade-off. And therefore, Acer has been working a lot on system thermal technology. So therefore, the same chips will perform better on our computer. And by doing so, we actually study air treatment. We have more than 300 patents on system thermal, how to make our system perform better. And we start to think about, we know all this air treatment technology. Why not we bring that into home appliance? And that comes out our first air purifier. Because of the fan on our computers and because of the thermal requirements, that we start to use that into home appliance. And it actually worked out very, very well. It's been well accepted, it's been recognized, rewarded, and awarded. And from that, we move into water purifier and many other devices. And there are multiple other products and offers in the pipeline that are coming out that related to e-home.
I mean, Emmanuel, I think that some of these initiatives have started to take hold in your region as well. Maybe portable batteries and solar panels. Could you talk about that for a second?
Yeah, it's true. So we've been embracing this product line and this living, a few months back. I think air purifier.
Actually, you've been talking about this power storage for a long time.
Because the air purifier is not as popular in EMEA that it is in Asia in general. It was a little bit tough, but we figured out that now more and more people deploy solar panel, either on their roof or they buy solar panel. But one of the issues, especially in Europe, is not here in Dubai, but in other places in Europe, the weather is not so nice and the sun is not there always. And you want to be able to accumulate this energy that you can get during the day through solar panel. And portable battery becomes more and more important. It goes well with sustainability, with our ability to manage power and to manage also battery cells in general. So I told Jason, for EMEA, this is a good market. And on top, with e-mobility, you can have power on the go. So some are smaller, some are bigger, some are even to equip your home. And you can even have your own portable solar panel to generate your own electricity and accumulate. So for camping, there is many usage. And there is still place in larger EMEA where the power grid is not so reliable, maybe, or there's storm, and you want to make sure you can always have electricity. So we've already showed this product to many partners, many resellers, and they're very excited. It's a nascent category. It's new. It's coming. It's booming. And we're very excited to be entering this as part of our living momentum in the whole journey of a new Acer.
So what's the next phase of smart homes, Jason?
Well, I think it's an eco-conscious offers that we can connect more devices at home smartly, and the e-com concept continue to evolve. We believe sustainability can extend not just home, but also into other areas. For instance, the well-being. We are now using artificial intelligence into medical area, smart medical. Acer Medical using artificial intelligence to do medical image diagnostic. We already have 5 products spread across 8 different countries, 10 FDA certificates, and we already landed more than 200 hospitals using those AI-based smart medical solutions. We believe not just bridging the digital divide that people have been talking about that for 25 years. Now it's about time to bridge medical divide using artificial intelligence. That we can do.
Well, it's a fabulous story of how, by drilling down on your core brand values, it gives you endless possibility to diversify your offering. And one can see on this slide just how many activities you've created in the last few years. It's breathtaking, so congratulations. But I'd like to finish, particularly as we're here at COP, with a very important topic that we touched on slightly earlier, which is about energy, the saving of energy, efficiency of energy, and the future of energy-related technology. What's your stance on this?
We have 2 major commitments. Allow me to repeat them. By 2035, the company, the whole group around the world, parent companies, subsidiaries, data centers, we commit on IE100 by 2035, and then net zero by 2050. By working together with Q, IDEO, we established a climate lab, an engine, a platform, a working process that we have conscious technique in mind to build up products and our offers. This year, we invested and ventured into battery cell. So now we have capability to do battery cell manufacturing in Taiwan. At the same time, we do battery pack. And as Emmanuel said earlier on, we even do battery storage from portable for home to manufacturing use by containers that we can offer. And we believe for the new sustainability requirement, power storage will be a critical part to make sure that efficiency, intelligence, security for energy storage system leading more to a robust planet that we all live in.
Well, thank you very much. I would just like to conclude this very inspiring session I personally look forward to the day when all homes, businesses, and cities are run on and by conscious technology and all powered by renewable energy. Acer is fully shifting from a simple provider of outstanding computers to being a vital part of a human being's modern world. I would say that everything you have seen and heard today is both honest to the DNA of this remarkable company and vital for all of our futures. I would also say that through the creation of the Acer Climate Lab and the resulting mission of conscious technology, Acer has understood the true nature of the world's biggest challenge and is leading the charge to fix it. So, thank you, Jason, Emmanuel. Thank you, everybody, for being here this evening. Please enjoy the space, and we really do appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wait. This is not the end of it. We will open the house. We will have the product we talk about, the offer we mentioned for you to take a look, touch it, feel it. Let's go do it. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.